So, Justin, it's great to be with you. Obviously, you're not here in Washington, D.C. You're in the center of all the action in the universe this week.
Yeah, it's great. I rolled into Milwaukee about 2 a.m. this morning, and the place is full of activity. I'm currently sitting in the lobby of the Pfister Hotel. The security is extremely tight here. This is where a lot of the top activists and top campaign staff and President Trump are staying during the convention, and everyone's really excited. We're anticipating the formal announcement of the VP, but things are off to a good start so far.
So we now heard it, at least leaked by the media, who the VP choice is going to be. What do you think?
Well, it certainly seems like it's going to be Ohio U.S. Senator J.D. Vance. That's not too much of a surprise. He's been on the short list for several months now. It says a lot about where the battleground is going to be for the White House. It's going to be in the Midwest. It's going to be in the state that I'm in right now, Wisconsin. It's going to be in Michigan, and it's going to be in Pennsylvania, where the attempted assassination took place of President Trump on Saturday.
It seems to be both a generational choice. Let's just assume J.D. Vance. It's a generational choice, but I remember watching one of his old ads, Justin, and the tag was conservative outsider. Some might even call him more of a disruptor, which kind of is in keeping with the outsider Donald Trump, who came into play in 2016. You would think maybe they are in symmetry in trying to go after a process, a system they believe is letting the country down.
Sure. This is the way I look at it. The two of these men, J.D. Vance and Donald Trump, they're kindred spirits in the sense they haven't clawed up their way the political ladder the entire life as most politicians do. Most politicians start off on the city council and they run for state legislator, they run for governor, they run for senator, and they run for president. J.D. Vance didn't run for anything until he became a U.S. senator. Donald Trump, the first office he ever ran for was president of the United States. That is not the typical path that most politicians take in this country. So I think that they're kindred spirits in the sense that they're both first-time office holders at a very high level in the U.S. government. And I think that also says something about the populist movement in this country as well.
You're going to see, of course, all sorts of stories come out now about the pick, is the way it is, right?
Right.
And on the one hand, there are going to be the naysayers who will say, well, J.D. Vance at one point was not on Team Trump, you might say. And then there's the other side of it. When you look at his credentials, Justin, Ohio State University, summa cum laude, Yale Law School graduate, Yale Law Journal, a Marine veteran, you kind of like that. And then, of course, the much discussed book, Hillbilly Elegy, which basically talked about his roots in Appalachia, what it's like to grow up poor, what it's like to grow up feeling like the whole world is kind of up against you. Do you think that as a storyline is something Americans will grow to love?
Absolutely. We're going to hear a lot about J.D. Vance's personal life story. To come from such a hardscrabble background and then to be now the nominee of the Republican Party for vice president, it's a truly American story. So I think we're going to hear a lot about that this week. And I think the other point that you mentioned is the fact that he is a veteran. He served, volunteered for the U.S. Marines. He's a Marine. He's the only veteran on either major party presidential ticket. So I think that will resonate with the large number of vets in some of these swing states around the country.
So what's the vibe like there? I mean, obviously, this whole country, the whole world has gone through quite a couple days trying to consume what happened on Saturday night in Butler, Pennsylvania. Beyond security, is there a different sense of maybe purpose, mission, seriousness of intent that's in play?
I'm feeling it already, Adam. This is my 6th Republican convention. My first one was in 1992. I've been to a lot. I've seen a lot of nominees nominated. This is absolutely a different feeling this time around. And I think a lot of it has to do with the attempted assassination of President Trump that just took place less than 48 hours ago. There's also excitement about the campaign ahead. And so I would say that those are the two emotions that I'm experiencing just in the few hours that I've been here since I arrived early this morning is gratitude that Donald Trump has escaped the assassin's bullet, and that he also, there's excitement about the campaign ahead and the possibility of what President Trump could do in a second term.
Well, Justin, number one, keep safe. It's wonderful to be back. Co-host once again on 13th and Park. We're going to come back to you throughout the convention together with our colleague, Dan McFall. This is an exciting time to be in politics. Now we will see over the next couple of days one perspective on what that feels like, looks like, and sounds like.
Absolutely. Great to be with you again, Adam. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, by the way, one thing, if you happen to pass the president in the hallway, tell him good luck.
I will.
Take care of yourself.